Hi, hello. So, welcome everybody. We're here with Diogo Ivo Cruz for another great session. Hi, Diogo. Um,
Hi, Rita, how are you?
Very good. And yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for the
Very good.
invitation.
Very good. Just briefly, Diogo is the project director at Invest Lisboa, so Lisbon's investment promotion agency, which is actually another partner at Tech Jobs Fair Portugal this year. So thank you again also for your support. And we've got your presentation today about Lisbon as Europe's best work and play capital.
Mhm.
And briefly again, also Invest Lisboa is a big player on the Portuguese entrepreneurial scene, and it was set up in 2009 as a result of a strategic partnership between Lisbon City Council and the Portuguese Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And so the main aim is to attract investment, companies, and talent. So I would leave the rest to you, Diogo. Do you want to tell us more about this,
O-
what you do at Invest Lisboa, and share your presentation?
Okay, thank you. First of all, let me thank you, Rita, and Tech Job Fair for this invitation. It's an event that we see as an asset to the city and an opportunity to uh, position the city and to attract also talent and companies here to the city. So I thank you for your initiative.
Thank you for your words. Yes.
I will start by sharing my presentation. This presentation was set up for a larger time, so I have this uh, challenge of trying to, um,
Make it a bit more concise, let's say.
yes, let's see if I can share it, but I will try this.
Yeah.
It worked very well on recent. So,
Yeah.
let,
We're seeing it. Mm-hmm.
okay,
All
it's
right. The
on.
stage is yours. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So I will try to explain why Lisbon was considered. This is not a claim that we made. It's something that was written by international paper. Was considered Europe's best work and play capital. Uh, First of all, I will mention briefly Invest Lisboa. Rita already mentioned we are the investment promotion agency of the city of Lisbon. So we were created in a partnership between the city council and the chamber of commerce and industry. We have the support of ICEP also, and we are sponsored also by Baía do Tejo with its international brand Lisbon South Bay. We have two main objectives, two main mandates. One is we are responsible for the international promotion of the city of Lisbon, aimed to attract investment, business, and talents, as Rita mentioned. We are also here to offer personalized, free, and confidential support services to investors, companies, and entrepreneurs, people who want to start their own company. We can talk later on the questions and answer what is our level of support, but it involves advice, information, uh, contact sharing, finding premises, finding partners, investment opportunities, uh, whatever it's needed. We are not focused on only one sector. We are not focused on only the tech sector. We are responsible for all sectors of the economy here in Lisbon in terms of international promotion. Of course, tech sector is one of the most important in the recent years. It grew a lot, and you can see here by the international press, the hottest startups in Lisbon. Here on this corner, why Lisbon is Europe's best work and play capital. This is from the BBC, the title of this presentation. And the question is, why is everyone and every company choosing Lisbon to work as a location to work from? That's what I'm going to try to answer. What you can see here, Lisbon is the vision that was set up for Lisbon economy objective more than 10 years ago. It's to help Lisbon become one of the most competitive, innovative, and creative cities in Europe. So this is important for us, of course, that we work at the promotion of the city, but also for companies and talent coming here, because seeing this, they know that the city is focused on this, on making this vision as real as possible, and it's already getting there. We are closer to getting to be one of the most competitive, innovative, and creative cities of Europe. I'm sorry if you're hearing some noise; it's my family fighting. So this is what Lisbon used to be in 2011, just a year or so before this vision was set up. So you can see 8 incubators scattered around the city. You can see here there's some links, some lines connecting them. This is not true. This is just a designer wishful thinking, because by then the incubators were basically working isolated, working on their own companies. They're mostly connected to universities, so they were working on projects coming from the faculty and from their students. And there was not a real ecosystem. There was just 8 incubators around. Fortunately, nowadays, 10 years passed, and the landscape is completely different. We have in the city more than 18 incubators. We have more than 100 co-working spaces. We have fab labs. We have investors coming around. And this time, and I think that's the main asset that the city has to offer, these lines connecting everything, they are real. This is one of the main assets of the city, is that this ecosystem, which is full of suppliers and entities and projects designed to help startups and tech companies and tech people thrive. They're also very well connected. They're also very collaborative, and I think this environment is this vibrant and dynamic environment of collaborative growth, all growing together, is one of the main assets that the city has, and that's why it's so many startups and so many companies are choosing to move to Lisbon. A few numbers just to get a big picture. So Lisbon has more than 300,000 companies, which represents around 1/3 of the companies in the country are here on the city. They generate around 36% of the GDP of the country, so it's a very, very important. It's a steam engine of the city, of the country. The 18 incubator I mentioned. This is now. In the next years, they could grow. 10 creative hubs around, and the city has in here 44% of the creative companies of Portugal are headquarters here in Lisbon. Almost half of the digital companies are headquarters here. So this is a very important center for creativity, innovation, tech sector. We are also, Lisbon is home of the Web Summit. I hope most of you know about Web Summit and maybe already been there. And also here, this final yellow dot is about the objective and the ambition that the city has to be not only economic powerhouse, but also a very sustainable and a very balanced growth in the future. So this is a picture of the Web Summit. The last time it was a presential event. The Web Summit, I have a story that tells why, in a nutshell, why Lisbon has been so attractive for companies and for startups and for talents. When you participate at Web Summit, especially if you're not from Lisbon and you are from, for example, from Northern Europe, you arrive here in Lisbon. Web Summit is usually at the beginning of November. You get out of the airport, and the first impact you have is usually there's a very sunny day, very bright, beautiful day. And if you are from the north of Europe, you're most probably left a country that was gray, it was raining or snowing, very cold, and you get here, you have this great impact. Sunny, blue skies, beautiful lighting, beautiful light. And then you decided to go to the expo area where Web Summit is, or to the city center. You take around to the expo area around 10 minutes by subway, to the city center maybe 15 minutes by taxi. You can go by subway, but it's a longer turn. And that's also a very good surprise, because in less than half an hour you are in the city center. And you go for a beer, and you're there, the sun is shining, you ask for a beer, maybe seeing the beautiful river Tagus, and you ask for a beer, and it will cost you €1, maybe 2 if you are in the terrace in front of the river. If you ask for a coffee, it will cost you 50 cents, maybe €1 if you're in the very high-end location. And that is a second impact you have comparing to where you come from, the cost of living and the cost of being around. And you haven't even put your feet on Web Summit, you're already very well impressed. Then you go to Web Summit, is 70,000 people around. Most or all of the major tech companies are there. Many of them are hiring on the spot. So you can know them, you can talk to them, talk to their recruiting manager, and see how it is to work there if you want. And I'm saying this because we are in a job event. But also, there are 70,000 people all connected to the infrastructure. So you have your phone connected, of course, your tablet, maybe your watch, maybe your glasses, I don't know. Everything is connected. So it's terabytes of information that goes through the network every second, and it's seamless. There's no issue there. And if you're a tech guy, you would and you will appreciate that the technical infrastructure available for companies and for people are amazing. And that's also one of the reasons why Lisbon has been attracting so many people and so many companies. So I mentioned already 3. One is the cost efficiency compared to other locations. The second one is the infrastructure, quality of the infrastructure, communication infrastructure available. And the third one has to do with you, has to do with talent attraction, has to do with talent availability, and is connected with the quality of living that you have already experienced living and walking around here in Lisbon. Today, it's the end of September. It's a beautiful sunny day. I think in 2 months it will be also sunny and beautiful. Lisbon is a very international city. Lisbon has around 3,000 years. It's the second oldest capital city in Europe after Athens. It's always been very international. There are records of international commerce in Lisbon with the Phoenicians more than 1,000 years ago. There are records of foreign people living in Lisbon centuries and centuries ago. And even today, of the almost 300,000 people, expats living in Portugal, half of them are in the city. So if you're not Portuguese, you will feel very at home, very welcome. Everybody speaks very good English. The difficulty in Lisbon is not whether you can talk to people. Is if you want to learn Portuguese, it's going to be difficult, because Portugal is a difficult language, of course, but also because everybody speaks English, so you won't have any real necessity to learn Portuguese. It has to become something that comes from your own drive, not necessity. Quality of living is one of the main reasons why we've been attracting so many talent, and that's very important for the tale I'm telling about companies, because talent is the main driver that's been that tech companies are looking for, and their decision to choose any location, any place to be, has to do first and most of all with talent availability. Lisbon always been very beautiful city, but it's been discovered recently and been connected to quality of living a lot. These are some of the international numbers. I won't go through all of them. I would like to emphasize this. Lisbon is the fourth safest country in the world, according to the Global Peace Index. This safety of the index is not only about security. Lisbon is very secure in terms of policing. There's no issues, no big issues. It's a capital city, of course, no big issues. It's very secure, but it's also about social tranquility, being integration, being welcome, being happy and tranquil in the city. The other point I would like to emphasize has to do with this. Internations is one of the very large expat associations in the world, has more than 200,000 members, and they do a survey every year, an online survey about lots of issues, and Lisbon is always on the top 5 of the best quality of living in the world, according to expats living here. It's always very well positioned also in terms of the country that the best welcomes immigrants. And also one of my favorites is the country with the largest number of expats that are not planning to return to their homes ever, maybe to visit, but they want to live and die here in Lisbon, not returning. And I think that's a really great indicator of quality of happiness of being around. And I already mentioned, but I will mention again, this is a statistics, has more than 290 days of sunshine every year, which is really nice. I mentioned already, Lisbon was awarded Green Capital of Europe in 2020, last year. This has nothing to do with the present state of the city of Lisbon in terms of environmental indicators. Has to do with the ambition and the goals that the city has and wants to achieve. It's already a very green and nice place to be. There's lots of, you've been around, you see lots of bicycles and soft modes of transportation, but the main thing is that the objective of sustainable development and quality of living and quality for companies is one of the main things that the policy of the city is set on. And of course, you can do this you can be doing this 20 minutes from the city center. Even you can take a train and be in Carcavelos in probably less than 20 minutes, and you can do this, which is also very nice. This attracts talent, international talent that can work from anywhere, and they decide to live in cities where the quality is good, of course. And that's why we have been having such an increased number of expats living in Portugal. It's been increasing a lot, and it's been increasing also in the quality, in the qualifications of these expats. Lots and lots of tech people. Lisbon is one of the top locations for digital nomads, and all this talent available, it's not indifferent to companies that when choosing a location.
Diogo, I'm sorry to interrupt. We have to wrap it up. We're
okay. So I'm going to wrap it up. The most important thing I already said. For companies, Lisbon it's easy to set up a company in less than 45 minutes. Going digital by default. Access to markets is also easy because we're part of the European Union. We're also part of the Portuguese-speaking countries, which is a very important market. We are the largest university city in Portugal, so we are good at creating talent, and as I said, we are good at importing talent. Lisbon was elected one of the 21 places of the future by Cosignan in a study they made. The reasons are what I mentioned: universities, infrastructure, security. There's lots of incentives available for companies coming in, so not only tech talent is coming, but also the companies have incentives to come in. This is something I can talk about. It's made of Lisboa. If you're interested, I think it's very interesting. Ask me about it in the question moment. This is the Hub Criativo do Beato. These are policies that show that the city is very focused on nurturing tech development. This is the largest creative hub in Europe. It's here in Lisbon, and it's just the first phase. There's a second phase coming in. And the last slide, it's an idea of multinational companies that are coming, and here see the years that have been coming every year to Lisbon. Many of them were already here before the date that you can see on the screen. Here I'm talking about tech operations, so the development and innovative departments of these companies that are setting up here.
Very good. Thank you. All right, so we reached the end of the presentation. Diogo, we're over our time now.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you again. It's just 1 minute, but we have to continue because there's another section next to this one. So thank you, everybody, for being here, and stick around for the next one. Thank you.
You have my email. If you have any questions, send me an email.
Sure, exactly. Thank you very much. Obrigada.
Obrigado.
Bye, everyone.